Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World, and I wanted to talk quickly about Ray Rice from the Baltimore Ravens. Ray Rice was recently caught on video punching his fiancee, and he punched her so bad that he knocked her out cold, and then he dragged her out of the elevator after he punched her out. I just read that the Baltimore Ravens have dropped him from the team, and I'm going to say that I think that was a good, classy move on the part of the organization. They did pretty much what the NFL really should have done from the very beginning, because I don't think that domestic violence is taken seriously enough in our society. Just recently, excuse me, just literally 2 weeks ago, not even 2 weeks ago, a week ago, I had a very close friend of mine whose cousin was murdered by her husband in a murder suicide. And the murder suicide occurred after the man had been arrested repeatedly for domestic violence. It was after his wife had tried her best to let police know that she felt like she was in danger. And one day he came to work and he murdered her in the parking lot, and then he killed himself in front of everybody. And they had two young children that now have no parents. And so I want to stop for a second and really focus on the Ray Rice thing and really talk about this from a couple of perspectives. And I'm really speaking as a man who's lived enough life to have seen some things and to be able to give some advice, especially to young people, that I think will be helpful to them. Number one, on the side of ladies, when you see signs that a man is violent, get away from that man. When a man shows you one inkling of some propensity for physical violence, he's showing you who he is. He's showing you what he's gonna do to you if you make him mad, if he gets in a situation where he can't handle it. He's showing you he's a coward. He's showing you that he is somebody that will hurt you if the situation gets bad. And what people don't understand is that sometimes the more passionately someone loves you, the more passionately they will react in the event that you decide you don't love them anymore. Because it ain't about you. It ain't about them really loving you. It's about the fact that by leaving them, you're taking away something from them that they need, something valuable to them. And the same way they would punch somebody out for stealing their car or taking their home or taking their children or taking their money, they will also hunt down and beat down and kill, excuse me, someone for taking the woman that they love. And that person will be you. Now, on the other side, when you talk about domestic violence, I am so happy that the Ravens came down hard on Ray Rice over this. I hope that no one picks him up for any team anywhere. I hope he doesn't even get a chance to play football in Europe. He doesn't deserve a chance to play football, at least not for several years. Maybe he needs to do some time in prison, several years in therapy. Maybe he has to do something to redeem himself. I guess we do live in a society where people deserve second chances if they pay their debt to society, whatever we decide that debt is going to be. But I think that it's important to send a very clear message that domestic violence is to be taken seriously. And so I don't have any sympathy for this brother. I think that he had the whole world handed to him, and he decided to throw it all away when he just for whatever reason chose to hail off and punch a woman out and knock her out cold. Now, for men, what I want to advise you on is this. If you are a black man especially, you want to avoid any and all situations that involve domestic violence. You remember a few weeks ago, Stephen A. Smith got in trouble for talking about how most domestic violence situations are not as simple and straightforward as we like to believe. Most of the time, there is some back and forth in terms of not just verbal assaults, but also physical assaults. Many times a guy feels justified to hit a woman back because he's been hit himself. And sometimes that actually does make sense. If you have to hit a woman to defend yourself, or some women are crazy. Some women will come at you with a knife. So they will come at you with a skillet or whatever. In those situations, it does become more ambiguous, and there may be scenarios where you are justified to engage in physical retaliation or physical defense of yourself. But here's the reality. We know what the truth could be, but here's what the truth actually is when it comes to the eyes of the world. If you are a black man and you're in any kind of domestic violence situation, 9 times out of 10, they're going to lock you up. Period. They're 9 times out of 10, even if she's lying on you, they're going to believe her story. You saw the video of the brother who was videotaping his girlfriend attacking him with a bat or something, and he took the video, and she, when she hit him with the bat, she left. He didn't even hit her once. She left and went to the police department, and so that she would not get in trouble, she told the cops that he had hit her. The cops came and arrested him. His parents took the video to the police station. The cops wouldn't even look at the video. So that tells you how things are stacked against you as a black man. You don't want to make things worse by ever engaging in any sort of physical violence toward a woman. You are strong enough to defend yourself and get out of the situation. That means literally, it reminds me of this video I saw where there was this puppy. You probably saw it. It's a pretty viral video where this puppy would just play dead whenever this man would pick him up. It was the owner, one of his owners that he didn't like, and whenever he picked him up, he would just play dead, and they would lift his arms up, and his arms would flop back down, and his eyes didn't move. He wasn't breathing. He literally played dead entirely because he was totally disassociating himself from that situation. That's what you have to do, really. You have to play emotionally dead when you get into a situation where somebody's trying to egg you on and make you violent. There are people out there, there may be cases where a woman may say, hit me, go on, hit me, hit me. You better not hit her. You better play dead. That means you detach, you drop dead emotionally, drop your spirit from the situation, remove yourself from the situation physically, psychologically, emotionally, and get out. Just walk away and leave. And if you're smart, you'll never come back. Because if you're in a relationship with somebody that wants to provoke you into violence, that's because that's the energy they're bringing into the situation, which means that you'll never have peace in that household. So no matter what your situation is, fellas, do not engage in violence. Do not catch yourself in domestic scenarios. When you see it happen, walk away. If she's in your face yelling at you, walk away. If she hits you, walk away. Whatever it takes, get out of that situation. And then on the flip side, in terms of ladies, you got to look out. A lot of these crazy dudes that are violent, they show up with a lot of swag. They show up with a lot of money. They show up with good looks. They show up with all the things that you dream about, and you may think a man is your dream come true. But if you don't know that man, he could end up becoming your worst nightmare. I have seen more than one woman I know murdered by the man that once expressed his undying affection for her. So remember that if somebody loves you enough to walk 10 miles in the snow to kiss you, that person also loves you enough to walk 10 miles in the snow to kill you. Because sometimes somebody may love you but not really care about you. Those are two different things. Loving you might mean that they're addicted to you, they need you, they can't live without you. But that don't really mean they care about you, because if you try to leave, they might kill you. Look for those signs when you see them. Don't ignore them. Don't assume that you can change that crazy ass man. Don't assume that it's going to work out, or, oh, he's just playing, he's just talking. Don't do that. I've seen it happen. I've seen women say that, and then next thing you know, they were dead, or they were severely beaten. So don't mess with that type of stuff. The first time he threatens you, first time he puts his hands on you, first time he does anything that shows any kind of violence, walk away, leave, be gone. Find your man that's really going to love you, because love should never involve anybody hitting anybody else. That ain't love. That's something else, but it's not love. Well, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World. Please take care. God bless. I'm gone. Peace.